Man, I had a phase where I loved rock, so I loved Limp Bizkit.
Dude, I love Dwayne Johnson too.
Wait, what?
You said you love The Rock. What?
That's okay.
Bro,
Did you watch the show Young Rock?
it was good.
It's actually a really good show.
Yeah.
Really good show, and I love that it's like all basically true
Yeah, for the most part, right?
because it's based off his story and like things he dealt with when he grew up.
It was one of those shows that like definitely could have gone far, but not enough people cared about it.
They had 3 seasons.
Not enough people cared about it.
I mean, I cared for it.
Yeah, you're one of the few people.
I know.
Shout out to you though.
Thank you.
Getting your
Why is my
brewski.
beer so far away? See,
Brewski. Shout out to you, my co-host.
that's so far.
Or I'm your co-host.
Either or, co-host.
No, because you're the host. I'm the co-host.
I'm the host.
Yeah, I'm the co-host. So shout out to you, host. I appreciate.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
appreciate
thank you,
you
thank
having
you.
me on.
Yeah. All right, so there's actually something I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
I was driving earlier today. I was making my way up to Anthem because I just had to go that way. And a thought came to my head, okay? One time, I was in a certain mood and some lovely lady hit me up and she was like, hey, come through.
Okay.
And I was like, well, she didn't say, we had a conversation. We were talking for about an hour or so, texting back and forth.
And we're still driving?
No, we're done driving at this point because it was just me thinking. I got to my destination. We're
Oh
back.
shit! Let me
Yeah.
let me pull over and park real quick. All right.
Okay. So I was thinking because like this is a couple years ago, and because this girl texted me, she needed to ask me a question. I was like, all right, cool. Then we started talking, and then one thing led to another, and we sending a little
Flirtatious text.
Yeah, a little flirtatious text
Being cute with
that
one
lead
another.
into me wanting to do something to her do you know what I'm talking about.
Hanging out at some point.
Yeah.
Having plans to meet each other.
And she was like, well, why don't you just drive? Like, come over here. I'm like, really? And she was like, yeah. She lived in Camp Verde.
How far is that?
It's about like maybe an hour and like 20 minutes or something like that.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how attractive are you?
It was yeah.
Immediately?
Yes. But the thing is, I was like, if I wasn't as horny as I was, I wouldn't have done it.
Wait, you did it?
Oh yeah, I drove. Yeah, I did it. I drove all the way out there.
Wait, and it was successful?
Yes.
Okay, then it was a mission.
Yeah.
Accomplished.
But I mean, obviously, the next morning driving back, I'm like, fuck, why did I come this far? Because I still had to work the next day.
Because you had to come that far.
Exactly. Okay. So, like, my question is, what is the craziest thing you've done while being horny?
The craziest thing I've done.
Yeah.
That's a really good question.
Like me just driving all the way to Camp Verde.
What was the farthest that I was willing to go? I remember one time specifically, some girl asked me to come through half an hour before she had to go to work, and she lived 30 miles away from me, and it was during traffic.
Did you make it? There's no way you made it.
I had to go out of my way and take the freeway, the long way, just so I could meet up near her neighborhood and then take the neighborhood streets to go meet up with her while her parents were they were like not home, and it was just me.
All right.
But it was just like the most, because like by the time I got there, she was already running late for work. So like by the time we got doing our thing, it was just like, it just felt so rushed. And by the time it was said and done, I was like, man. Like,
but what was it worth it though? Was it
worth it?
See, for me, like at least I got to stay there and like relax, and you kind of just went and then you're out.
I mean, it's undefeated.
All right, that's fair.
There's one term that I could use that is just will make me undefeated.
Because I was just thinking, it's like I've done some stupid things while being horny. And that's like that's the dumbest thing I've ever done was drive that far. So I was like, I'm just wondering, like, what's the craziest thing someone has ever done? So like, guys, fellas, like, tell us, leave us a comment. I want to hear some stories. Like I want to interact with you people more often.
The craziest thing I've ever
So,
done.
fellas, please let us know.
I'm trying to think about the craziest thing I've ever done. I remember.
Because that's not the furthest I've ever gone to get some. But it wasn't the craziest thing though. I flew to a whole different state. So
That's true, but that was guaranteed at that
yeah.
point.
This was at
Maybe
1 o'clock in the morning. So I had a chance of me driving still all the way over there and her passing out.
or getting murdered. It could have ended up on the news.
I mean, that's the worst. That's the best case scenario.
A local citizen got murdered trying to get some. That would have been sad.
Tell me that would have been like.
Yeah, who else would I have done this pod with?
Exactly.
Or who else would I have helped?
Yeah, and like,
do their
tell
pod?
me that you wouldn't want your boys to remember you like that though. Like he was a good man.
He went down getting it in.
Yeah.
I can't blame him. Shit. Worst. I can't.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Nothing
I feel
too
like
bad.
everything's been kind of healthy with like my interactions in dating. So like, it's never been anything where I was like, it has to be right now because I'm like from out of
Bricked
town.
up,
I'm never
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
see you again, type shit.
Okay,
It's just
that's
like,
fair.
yeah, it was always people like I kind of got a chance to know.
What's your worst post nut regret?
Post nut regret.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of all the time. Same person or just like a new person?
Just in general.
Just
like,
in general?
Yes, like this, like you can't believe you did this. Like it doesn't have to be sex or anything. It's like you could have been like, you know, you just got in a, you got in the mood and you just went into a bathroom and out in public.
Well, I'm just trying to think about if there was anybody that ever made me feel like that.
That made you feel like, oh, why did I do this? Or
I think for the most part, I've always kind of enjoyed anybody who I hung around with, and I think I've always been cool enough to know that like if I hang out with you on that level, like I'm
that's
not
a
gonna
very
feel
safe
weird
answer. I
about
don't like it. That's a very safe answer.
No, because the thing I've learned is like what I find attractive necessarily isn't always attractive to other people, but I recognize what generally people tend to find attractive. But
Okay.
on top of that, if there's something about you that I can find attractive and then I get to know you and you become even more of a cool person in my eyes, I find you more attractive. So it really just depends.
Okay.
You know, so if I see you off rip, it's just like I might not be the most attractive, but if I hang out with you enough and I get to like your personality, then I'll definitely grow something. But like, no, I'm actually kind of surprised.
So you've never hooked up with someone and you're like, this is gonna do? No.
Surprisingly, no.
Really?
Surprisingly,
You've
no.
never just had that, like, you're not my type, but I'm in this situation. You can get it for now. You've never been in that situation? I can't believe that.
I think never, only because for the longest time I was super picky. And I was only super picky because I was like, if I'm gonna fool around with anybody or if I'm gonna risk having a kid with anybody, it's gonna be with someone that I like, or I feel like I can walk away thinking that if I'm stuck with you for 18 years, at least I get to think all right, guys, like, come on, can you blame me? You know? So it's
damn, that's a very good. Okay, so okay, that's fair. Yeah,
right?
Okay.
So for me, it's just like I've always been kind of aware enough to recognize like worst case scenario. I like her enough to think that if it happened, like it would suck, but like it happened. So no, surprisingly, I've never really had anybody I walked away where I was like, bruh.
Okay, that's fair.
Weirdly, wow.
Okay.
What about you? I think there.
Oh,
like, yeah, this is more of a
yeah.
Let me set the stage for you to tell me about your situation.
I mean, obviously, yeah. There's times where I've been in a mood and I know someone that's been wanting to hook up, and I was like, no. But then I was like, my only shot, yeah, come through, I guess.
And she was wait, was this understood that it's just like, hey, we're just friends, or hey, we're just fooling around, it's not more?
Oh, I didn't explain anything. I just told her to come through. She's like, okay.
I
don't know how she took it. Actually, I know how she took it. She thought it was gonna be something more. I was like, fuck. Oh well.
Oh, okay. Well, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Man,
I don't blame her, but look at me. Come on.
So did it? Yeah, you're so cute.
Thank you.
I can't help but think that all these other women.
I don't know. And this was like back when I was like in better shape. I was working out more, playing stuff like that. So I was like,
So what did was it very rare for that to do that?
what do you mean?
I don't know. I feel like I'm still thinking about
Like
it.
rare that?
Well, was it rare to find yourself in situations where you hooked up with people where you weren't the most attracted to?
No, back then, no.
I could respect that.
Yeah.
Which I think is very transparent. And the only reason I feel like right now when I think about it, there's such a divide is because like as I've been getting older, I feel like the more open and understanding I am to like relationships.
No, yeah, absolutely. So like I told someone, so I met one of my good friends. You can say that like we're good friends now. She lives in Flag, and I'll hang out with her. I'll go dancing with her, like she country dances. So every time she's in town, I'll go dance with her. And yeah, we hooked up one time, the very first time we ever met. But she lived in Flag, so we both understood nothing was gonna happen. But we didn't even keep in touch after that. Like we followed each other on socials or whatever.
Yeah.
But then we both realized like we had a lot more in common. It's like, oh, we're gonna be friends. So that's like one of the only times like situations where like I've hooked up with somebody, knowing that's not gonna happen beyond more,
Okay.
and that's pretty cool. I thought it was cool.
I agree.
And I told her, it's like honestly, if you would have met me back in my like early 20s to like maybe my mid 20s, you would have not liked me. I was not a very kind gentleman as I am now.
Hmm.
I would say
Character development.
it really is. I will
for you.
admit I was a little bit of a womanizer.
Good for you.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing wrong with
No.
that. I think that that's one of the unspoken, uncomfortable truths and the reality of being a guy who happens to get along with women.
Yes. So, and I do have a special guest that we're gonna come on. Someone that I've been friends for 12 plus years, and she's a female. She's a woman. I can't say female. Sorry, woman.
Yes.
I cannot say female anymore because I learned that females get offended by that word.
Shit, fuck them.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah, but no. So yeah, so I'm working on that, and her and I, we've never done anything. We're best friends. We've never hooked up. We've never kissed. We've never done anything. So, and you know the person.
I do. You mentioned it before.
Yes. So, and she's agreed to come on, saying that guys and girls can literally just be friends.
Ooh, what does she think of the pod?
She thinks it's funny. It's interesting. Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that topic more when we have her on.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, cool. Yeah, I think from like I said, from my experience, it's always been kind of just like chill and never really been out of not I don't want to say that sounds rude and not the word
like
not,
being
not,
desperate.
I don't that's not the word I want to use because it doesn't fit what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
But I've never been in a position where I feel like I had to compromise that significantly.
Okay.
But I understand. I've definitely had my moments where I was willing to. It's just when I was willing to, the opportunity wasn't there.
Okay, that makes sense. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely get that, but surprisingly, I've never really ended up in a situation like that. Yeah.
Because I was just driving things like, damn, I remember that one time I drove all the way over there.
That reminds me of the one time I got really fucked up at this bar, and then I was talking to this one girl for a minute, and she was like, "Okay, come through," and I'm like, "Okay," and I was fucking trapped. So like somehow I get to her fucking place sober, and as I happen to get out of my car and I get into her place, I'm stumbling everywhere. I'm bumping into fucking walls, and then I'm like, "All right, yo, I gotta go to the bathroom." So I end up in her fucking bathroom, and I'm peeing, and I'm like, "All right, I feel so much better." And all of a sudden, everything's kind of blurry because it's like when you're drunk and you're drinking, you don't really feel it, but it doesn't hit you till you like slow down. So like when I'm peeing and I'm like
relax when your body's
and my body and it's all catching up to me. So like I'm done peeing, I'm just like cool. And then all of a sudden like I turn and then I knock something over, and then all of a sudden I just hear place? And then it ends up in the fucking toilet. And the next thing I know, I see a fucking glass of Ace in the toilet, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm like buzzed off my fucking mind. I'm like, and this is where I kind of fucked up. I push the fucking lever and I try to flush the glass, And the next thing I know, I see her coming into the fucking bathroom, and she's like, "What's going on?" I was just like, and I was at a loss for words. And I've never seen such disappointment in someone's eyes as I've ever seen.
Oh,
I was,
fucking wait.
I felt so bad because literally it created such a divide and tension in my relationship with this person that like we weren't even friends for a couple months because she was so pissed at me for that.
Really?
Yeah, because
So she eventually forgave you, though.
eventually for sure, but like it was just one of those things where like she was mad, she was chilling at home. I was belligerent, intoxicated, coming over to fucking be her booty call, and then I break her fucking vase that lands in the toilet, and I try to flush the
Oh,
glass
so you've been the booty call before?
multiple times.
Okay, I have a few times.
I was fuck you guys.
Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with it. I've done it too. It's fine.
I
Actually, kind of I feel flattered at times, but then I realized later on, it's like, damn, what number was I? Was I the first person you called? Am I in the middle? Am I the last? I always think I'm last, and I like feel bad about myself. It's like, damn,
but also,
who else is who's above me? I need to know whose dick do you think is better than mine?
it's a tough place to be because it's like you don't want to care because you're getting some.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, guys are undefeated because if they hit,
We
still
hit. Yeah, exactly.
Talk all the shit you want in the world. I don't give a fuck.
I hit. I hit. That's all.
You got a small dick. I still hit. You didn't last that long. I still hit. So you're telling me that you're trying to clown on someone that you allowed get into your body that didn't last long or wasn't big enough?
That's on them. That's on you.
That sounds like
ladies,
a you problem.
Ladies, that's on you.
That
Okay?
sounds like a you problem.
If you called us and you told us to come through and you knew what your intentions were and you knew how we were before, that's your fault. That's your fault.
It really is your fault. I mean,
respectfully though, we still hit.
Exactly.
All right. So what were we talking about? Oh, so yeah. So she forgave you.
She forgave. Oh, that was months later.
Yeah.
And that was a struggle, bro. And you know, I grew a lot from that relationship, that interaction, relationship. Well, because she's still my friend, so it's a situation. No, it's a relationship.
Really?
Because it's not. I'm not referring to it being specifically just romantic.
Okay.
Yeah. So just knowing her and just like all the experiences that we had, the relationship that we built, I felt like I got comfortable enough with her and I trusted her enough to think that like she was worth trying to continue to be being friends.
Yeah.
So when that happened, it created such a divide because it's just like she was just so turned off by that it just she didn't want to fuck with me. So we just didn't talk for a couple months, and then finally we started talking again. We didn't really talk about it, and then when we did get a chance to talk about it, it was like water under the bridge by that point.
Okay.
She just kind of.
So it's like one of those memories you look back. It's like, oh, funny, haha.
More so on my end,
but she's still okay. Okay.
She was living in a house. She was sharing a house with like roommates and shit.
Oh, okay, okay,
yeah,
that makes okay.
So when I would go over there, she had other roommates and shit. So like.
So that okay. So it made her look desperate and a little embarrassed on her end.
More so embarrassed. It's like, how you gonna have a drunk ass, fucking dingy ass dude be causing them up in our place? And
so it's not so much more of you breaking it; it's more the embarrassment that she had to explain with her roommates and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was more so the embarrassment. Yeah. You know what? I can.
I'm pretty sure if she lived alone,
it would have been a different situation.
Exactly,
for sure.
She wouldn't have to explain herself to anybody,
right? And it's one of those things where it's like, I did so well up until that point.
Damn.
You know, I was stoic. I just didn't. I was very closed off. I wasn't very vulnerable or open, and then that one just ruined everything. Okay. But yeah, man, But even then, it's just like that's someone I got along with, and I really just like had a genuine like friendship with. So like, even then, it wasn't like out of desperation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I do have another question though.
Of course.
So I was out with the boys, I think like last weekend or 2 weekends ago, I can't remember.
Nice.
And I asked them this question, okay? So like right now, who is your biggest female celebrity crush?
Right now, my biggest celebrity crush. I think it's gonna have to stay with Vanessa Hudgens.
Vanessa Hudgens. Okay.
That's definitely what
Okay.
top.
If if
Yeah.
Vanessa Hudgens and I switch bodies for 24 hours,
Okay, I'm envisioning it.
and you know that we did.
Okay, I'm envisioning it.
Okay.
Okay.
I sound like her. I'm in her body. Whatever. Okay. But
Okay.
it's me. My conscience is in her.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, my eyes are closed. Okay.
And I say, Brian, let's make your fantasy come through. You hidden? Yes or no?
Do you sound like you?
No.
You sound like her.
Yeah. But it's still me. It's constantly, it's still me.
When you go back to your body, do you remember everything?
Yes.
No, fuck no.
No?
No, I can't.
Really?
No!
No!
Because I know that you know. I know that you know. I couldn't.
No.
I
Okay,
couldn't.
so you're the only guy that said no.
I couldn't.
Everyone else said yes.
Who is everyone else? How many is everyone?
There's 3 of us. I'll tell you the names after. I'll tell you the names after. Afterwards.
No, I just see. This is where I kind of fall on the female's end of just like POV of sex. Not, I won't speak for everybody, but I'm just saying, from what I've gathered, it's more of like a mental thing. So if I know that you're you, I'm gonna be thrown off for sure. I'm not gonna be able to get into it.
I'll be talking shit if it's not good.
I'll
be talking shit.
That's
like,
even
Brian.
worse. I don't want you to see me fucking bonered out, dude. I already feel insecure about me being flaccid. Like, the last thing I need for you to see is my rager, and then you're just kind of like, you know what? I've seen bigger. And I'm like, well, that's cool, dude. You're not supposed to fucking criticize. You're supposed to enjoy the ride. Jeez, the Batman's just as fun as the Goliath.
Oh, I haven't been to Six Flags in years. I gotta go back there sometime soon. Well, let's go.
I'm down.
Let's go.
I'm down. It's been a minute. You were supposed to go to California Adventures, but
things happen. Life happened. Yeah. You know what I learned though, not that long ago, that in India, parents are still doing arranged marriages.
Smart.
Yeah, like these guys don't know what the female look like. The female don't look. Women, I'm sorry. I gotta be better at this. I'm practicing.
Female's not that bad. Better than bitches.
We haven't said that in a while.
I've never said bitches. I've never said that ever in my life.
Really?
Yeah, I don't call women bitches. Who does that? That's weird.
What was I say? Yeah, like they don't. They don't know. They're getting arranged marriage by like they're like 13, 14 years old.
I'll say this. I had a conversation earlier about this. Actually.
Okay.
I think this pertains to this. I think something that I've noticed when it comes to dating is I had a situationship that restarted not that long ago.
Okay.
And the thing about the situationship is it started off in the trying to figure out what we both wanted, flirting with the idea of wanting something more, but being uncertain, and then being tempted with options. Okay. Ultimately, just leaving it at a situationship, and then it just grew into a friendship.
Okay.
And the problem that I realized with having situationships is it makes it harder to feel like you can recognize who's worth having a real committed relationship with, because you're so used to like the comfort of just like how things are and the dynamics. And then if you happen to have little dating experience, you might not have enough perspective to recognize that someone who you have a situationship isn't someone that you ultimately want to be with, right? So I don't know. It's been such a weird time as I've been getting older to recognize like I don't know, just like the layers of it all, because it is kind of complex, especially if you haven't been dating in a while. Like, it's not as easy as feeling like, all right, I'm gonna see you and we're gonna date and then it's gonna work out. Because ultimately, like, the thing about arranged marriages is like you're not tempted with options. And I think the issue with us,
and that's why they do it at such a young age too.
Exactly. So when I go back to talking about my situationship, it's like things were kind of rocky from the beginning, and then trying to figure things out, it was still kind of rocky. And even if we got to an understanding, it was ultimately rocky.
Yeah.
But it made me think about other situations where I met someone where we didn't have all that turmoil and all that confusion, and it felt way more organic, and it felt way more natural.
I could see that.
So what I'm trying to piece together is like being in an arranged marriage. I feel like it is easier only because you don't have the distraction of options and all of these other expectations, and it's easier to feel like you can just take the person for who they are and what they present, because moving forward, it's not like you're going to be caught off guard, and even if you are, it's not like,
because you're growing with the person too. So like you're learning who they are while they're learning who they are.
exactly.
So you don't have to worry about like trying to figure out who they used to be.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And that tends to be, and I think that's kind of the point I'm trying to make and trying to refer to the situationship is like sometimes when you reconnect with people in your past, you would hope to think it's different, but ultimately it's not always about it being different and you moving past it. Sometimes it is just more out of convenience and comfort to think, well, a new start is just even better than feeling like I have to deal with everything that we
No, that
already
makes
went
sense.
through. So
I like that. Yeah.
I think with arranged marriages, having that new start is such a blessing in disguise because you don't have to carry all this back.
All right. So here, you're stuck in an abandoned mall. Okay. 24 hours. 24 hours.
Okay.
Would you have a better chance of surviving 10 king cobras or 2 black bears?
How much time?
You're in there for 24 hours.
Okay, so I'm in an abandoned mall for 24 hours with either 2 bears that I have to survive.
2 big black bears.
Why they gotta be black?
Because that's the biggest bear. A black bear is the biggest bear.
It's a little racist to me, but okay.
Oh.
all right, dog. Whatever.
Okay.
They can just be bears. But
okay, bears.
Okay, or hella snakes.
King cobras specifically.
I mean, I already got to deal with one in my pants.
All right.
I'm done. All right. No.
What do you think you have a better chance of surviving?
I want to think the snakes because I could run away from them.
You're kidding.
How fast are they?
10 of them, right?
How fast are they?
It doesn't matter if they're fast or not. You don't know where they're at.
Oh, they're scattered?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't say that. That's another variable to the situation.
Why? Okay, why would they be in one spot? Like, yeah, okay, they're right there. I'm gonna avoid that. No, they're scattered.
Because I can hide behind a bathroom or something or a closet.
Really?
With a snake? Yeah, it's a snake. I just have to close the door.
Okay, there's a vent right above you. You don't see them coming. Now you're trapped in a little room.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, I'm going with the bears. At least I can see and hear them.
But that's assuming that they're in the vents. But I guess if that's a bear...
Yeah, they're...
Wait, how many snakes did you say?
10. 10.
It's a big mall.
It's a big mall. But you don't know where they're at. They could be anywhere.
Okay, so they could be anywhere.
Like they're dropped off in one location. Okay?
Am I allowed to get honey?
You can use whatever there's in the mall.
Is there a honey store?
Do you want a honey store?
I would like to think that there's a store that sells things that are honey.
Okay, well, first of all, black bears don't eat honey. That's just a regular brown bear.
That's lame.
Yeah.
I don't like this scenario anymore.
Yeah.
A bear that doesn't eat honey?
That's...
What? You can't look at me in shock and think that that's not disappointing. If I'm going to see a bear, I want to think that if I had a pot of honey, I could give it to it, and they would look at me with a little bit of joy.
How about this? Instead of it's a rage, coked out polar bear, would you give it?
Bear?
Yeah.
Did we watch that together?
No, I haven't seen it yet. But you know, it's based off a true story.
Is it really?
Yeah, there's a whole documentary on it.
That's tight.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I want to watch the movie though. It's based off a true story.
Yeah, based off of me.
But no, back to
No,
I'm going to Bears. At least I can hear them. I can see them. They can obviously they're hunters, so they're trained to hunt, so they can sniff me out or whatever. But I can outsmart a bear. I'm not outsmarting 10 king cobras that are randomly anywhere.
Can I win over the bear?
No,
with my charisma.
It's not Yogi Bear. You can't talk to him.
But I have an amazing personality.
He doesn't care. He's hungry. These bears haven't eaten for days.
That might make it a little difficult.
I'm just saying.
What if I give it a tricycle?
It's not the same type of bear.
Bruh!
That's not no.
I'm not liking this scenario. Okay.
I feel like you're not surviving either way.
I'm surviving.
It doesn't sound like you are.
I'm trying to get on my bases because I want to make sure that I know what's going on. So if there's 10 snakes in the mall where I don't know, or 2 bears in the mall where I don't know, I gotta stay away from the food court because that's a dead giveaway. I'm getting murked immediately. Foot Locker probably the best place I could hang out because worst case scenario I could throw shoes to distract them, and I could protect my feet and make sure that I never run out of protective footwear. And I think that's very important because if I'm going to be running, I got to make sure that my feet are safe and secured.
Okay.
But with snakes, like
You don't see
said,
them.
they can come in through the vents.
Yeah, they come through the vents. They can be curled up in a little area you don't know. You can be like, ooh, vending machine. Let me buy something real quick. You stick your hand in, pop.
The mall is locked.
Yes.
Like someone locked me inside.
Yes.
Like I fell asleep in the bathroom because I had to go really badly, and I was so tired because I've been working so much that I fell asleep in the toilet. That when I walked out of the bathroom, I realized everyone was gone.
Yes.
They locked it. Okay. Bears or snakes? I guess maybe the snakes.
You're dying. You're dying within like the
What?
first 3 hours. You're not surviving.
If Samuel L. Jackson can survive a plane with snakes, what makes you think that I can't? Come on. Everything that I've been through.
Oh, Brian.
Depression.
That's
neglect. There's a lot of things that I feel like has prepared me to feel like I can.
So you can overcome this. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
What about
I'm going the Bears.
Explain to me how you.
I can see them. I can hear them.
You can't see a snake?
Huh?
You can't see a snake?
Not if it's hiding. If it's hiding behind a corner, dude, there could be a snake right behind you. You couldn't have seen it.
What if the bear is hiding behind a fucking
big ass bear? Where?
Hiding behind the clothing rack.
Are you serious? You think
bears are shifty? They climb trees.
Oh my!
When you
no clothing rack's gonna hide a bear.
Yeah,
which bear is gonna hide behind the clothing rack?
The big and tall section.
There's
a big and tall section. Oh
I'm not okay.
It's real. Look up Big Dog.
All right.
Look up Big Dog.
Okay, fine. You go with your answer. I'll go with mine.
All right.
Okay.
We're at an impasse. You're on the other end, and I'm on
yes.
Fine.
Yes, I feel like I have a better chance of surviving.
2 bears?
Yeah. 10 King Cobras?
Yes, King Cobras.
Oh my. Okay.
In India, they be playing flutes to them bitches. What are you talking about?
Oh, you're not. They're. Okay, I guess you can say they're from India.
I'm just giving you a real life example of where humans happen to dominate them.
Okay, you can just start making food in the food court and just start throwing things away from you. Let the bears smell that. Keep them away from you. Yeah, now I got you thinking.
Why can't I do that with snakes?
Snakes don't eat meat.
Really?
No, they don't. Actually, never mind. They eat rats and stuff like that, I guess.
I feel like snakes eat meat. I have to look that up. Do snakes eat meat?
I think they only eat like warm-blooded things.
Do snakes eat meat? All snakes are carnivorous. They eat other animals.
Yeah, there we go.
So they're on the same boat.
Yeah.
I think ultimately it comes down to which one would suck more. I feel like a snake, because at least the venom, if they got me, I would just like get weak until like they kill me off. But a bear, that shit would be eating me alive. Have you not seen a polar bear eat? They calmly eat their victims.
Yeah.
It is terrifying.
You don't calmly eat your meals when you eat? Exactly.
No, but the difference between a regular this is the difference between a regular bear and a polar bear. A regular bear is like, oh, you're freaking out. Shut the fuck up. But like a polar bear is just like, doesn't even acknowledge you. It doesn't even give a fuck.
All right, well, let us know who do you think would survive? Okay, Brian with his 10 snakes,
yes,
or me with the 2 bears. Let us know.
I think snakes.
Yeah, we're gonna start doing this where we can have you guys interact more.
Go back and forth.
Yeah,
that was a good one. I'll give you that one because it is a question where I find myself legitimately on the side of the snakes because.
And I see your point, but I feel like I have a better chance with the bears.
That's wild. That's wild that you think you could just escape a fucking bear.
And it's wild that you think you don't see a snake slithering through you, to you, and yeah,
Dude,
that doesn't work that way.
come
It
on.
doesn't- Slapping no.
All of a sudden, I need to go to the fucking music store and I got a flute, and then I got that bitch
Oh,
in a
okay.
trance.
All right, fine
Yeah.
then. All right, you know what? That's fine.
I'm just
All
saying.
right, so we're towards the end of the episode,
Okay.
and I told you there's something I want to do. Okay,
There is.
there is.
There is.
Remember,
what the fuck
we're gonna do a little callback on our Halloween episode.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, give me a second.
You're scaring me.
Give me a second. Look what I got. Remember what I tell you about Skittles?
You said that they're all the same flavor.
That they so that they don't have flavors in them. They have scents. Okay. So you don't like if I gave you like if you have your eyes shut and you don't look at the color,
Okay.
your brain's not gonna put the scent into your head.
Okay.
So I'm gonna open a pack of Skittles.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you one at a time, and you gotta tell me what color it is or what flavor it's supposed to be.
Easy.
Okay.
Easy.
So you got this?
Easy.
Cover your eyes. Okay. There you go.
All right.
Okay. Here's the first one.
The first Skittle.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. Skittle number 1. Oh, this is hard. It smells like red.
Okay. But you can eat it though. You can eat it too.
But you said the smell is what indicates it. Not
Yeah,
the
that's
taste.
what I'm saying. It's like you can try chewing on it and see if you can feel a taste.
Fuck. This is hard.
Okay. So do you have a guess?
Purple.
No.
Fuck.
Okay. Here we go. Number 2. I'll tell you them afterwards.
Okay. Yellow.
Is that your final answer after taking it?
Yeah, because that's right.
Nope.
Really?
Here's the last one.
Fucking
Okay.
A. Bro, these all smell the same. Purple. Purple?
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
No. You had orange, purple, red. Now I'm gonna give you,
You
an
know
orange.
what? I did taste orange, purple, and red.
I don't believe that. I don't believe. So here's the orange one. Now look at it. Okay, you can see it now. Eat it. Tell me if you taste orange.
I guess.
It's because it's a mind trick that Skittles does. It's like you see it, your mind tells you, and then just like a little scent flavor shoots to your head. Otherwise, they all basically taste the same.
I don't like your witchcraft. It's making me feel uncomfortable.
You know what happens. All right, guys.
I'm done with this.
With that being said, don't forget
plain.
to comment, like, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to tell us who wins, snakes or bears.
Don't listen to Harry Potter. His wizardry is just gonna throw you off.
Probably is. All right, guys. Until next time. Later.